Welcome to MMA Noise. I'm Mike Straka, coming to you from the Hooters on 33rd Street in Manhattan, across the street from Madison Square Garden, where you can still not fight legally mixed martial arts. But we're joined right now by somebody who knows all about it, and it's none other than Frankie Perez. Frankie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
First of all, you took the MMA world by storm, knocking out my friend Sam Stout, by the way, and your friend, obviously. But the bombshell.
Yeah.
The bombshell retirement, and you retire right after you knock out Sam Stout.
Yeah.
How does that happen? First of all, when did you know you were going to retire?
I mean, I didn't know until I was definite a couple days before. You know, I really came to the conclusion on Friday afternoon, and but I thought about it in the past, like right after my case fight. I was going through some family issues and stuff like that, so just really like honed in on like why I'm doing this and what I want to do. And I thought about it, and then it really, you know, came to about 2 days before the fight.
Now, reaction's been mixed. You know, a lot of people are saying Frankie Perez has got his whole future ahead of him. You know, he just made a name for himself. So why did you say goodbye at that moment?
It just felt like the right thing to do, you know. The whole week leading up to the fight, everything was kind of going my way, you know, and I kind of looked at it as, you know, everything that was going on in my past as like a light, you know, like small things, you know. Like Spanish people are very superstitious, but, you know, every one of my fights that I walked into the hotel, I always ran right into my opponent. And the second I walked into the hotel, I ran right into Sam, you know, and small things like, I mean, people are going to think I'm crazy, but my hotel room was my birthday, and my weight cut was like on point. Like, it was no issues, no nothing, and it was just something, it was a personal choice. You know, my whole career I've always listened to everybody, my managers, my coaches, on what to do and how to be the best and get better, and this was a personal choice for me on how I wanted to, you know, move on and start a new chapter in my life. You know, it just happened that I did it on a high note, on a really high note against a big-time veteran.
Well, you said, just before you said that you know why you're in this business.
Right.
Why are you in this business?
I just love, I mean, the sport. My family's part of the sport. You know, we have businesses in the sport, but that's really, I love this sport. Like, I never got into it for finances, or I'm going to be a millionaire, or I'm going to be a world champion. No, I got into it because I loved it, and it slowly snowballed into what it is today.
Well, going back to your retirement announcement, which shocked everybody, I'm sure Jon Anik didn't know what to say, although he handled it well.
Yeah.
You know, Jon Anik is a pro. He handled it really well, but what was going on in your head that night, at that moment?
All I said in my head was, you know, not today. You know, like, not today. Like, this is going to be my night. This is me, you know, and all my coach, Mark Henry, came up to me and was just like, leave it all out there and let these people know who you are, you know, and my dad was like, hey, let's go out there and have some fun, you know. So I looked at Sam, like, right before we walked out, and all I said in my head was not today, you know, and I was so calm, I was cool. I walked out. Usually I run out to the octagon because I'm so hyped, you know, and in the locker room, I knew it was my last, like, I already came to terms that it was my last fight. So when I was walking out, I really took my time getting to the cage and looking around, and, you know, I was going to really miss those lights, you know what I mean? And just walking out of that tunnel, and it's nothing like it in the world. But I got a tweet from TJ Lavin, you know what I mean? Like, a dude I look up to that I think is pretty incredible, and he, you know, other people all over Twitter are just supporting me.
Well, speaking of people that are close to you, you've got Frankie Edgar that you train with, you've got Ricardo Almeida, Marlon Moraes, you've got Corey Anderson with you. What did they think?
You know, they all supported me. They all, you know, one by one, slowly, you know, called me and was like, man, whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? I'm always there for my team. So, I mean, this isn't the end of Frankie Perez, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be back in the gym. I'm going to be helping my teammates out, still sparring, still training, like, whatever, you know? But they all supported me, you know? Especially Corey. Corey's the only person I ever knew I ever hinted towards it, you know? Him and I had a talk in a car in between practices, and he's like, yeah, he's like, you're thinking like this? So we had like a long talk about it. But, I mean, everybody's been very supportive, you know, Ricardo, Mark.
What if you lost?
I was the same decision.
Really?
Win, lose, or draw. It would have been the same decision.
Wow, I'm surprised
you know?
to hear that, actually.
Yeah. Win, lose, or draw. I just, you know, when I came to the decision, I called my mother first, and I told her, You know, we had a moment, and then I called my brother and my sister and my younger sister, and I called Matt. And I told them all one by one because I didn't want them to be surprised. The only person I didn't tell was my father because I didn't want, he's very superstitious. I don't want to throw him all over the place, you know, as far as mentally. But he's just, you know, when it's fight week, he's very, you know, he hides it well, but he's all over the place, you know? So it was a shock to him in the cage. And everybody thought, my coaches didn't believe me until I said it to John Anik.
And here's some breaking news on MMA Noise. Retired UFC middleweight Nick Catone and his beautiful wife Marjorie gave birth to Nicholas Scott Catone this week, future All-American wrestler and UFC champion. No pressure, Nicky.